The day of my problems is over because someone bled. You know, the bleeding theology, you guys have never heard of that, have you? You know, someone gets beaten up for our sins, and that really takes care of my sins, right? I don't have any problems any longer because Jesus bled and He died. He was beaten beyond recognition. My problems are gone. Can you imagine medical science saying, you know, your gallbladder is acting up. We probably need to beat somebody so you can be healed. What if someone went into heart surgery and they had other physicians in the other room beating someone up? Oh, you know, we're going to beat somebody and place stripes on them so this person can have a better heart. This is the amazing thing about Jesus. Before they ever hit Him, He was healing people. The purpose of that was to say, this healing theology of the Old Testament, it's not true. I don't have to get beat up to heal you. I don't have to bleed to heal you. I'm helping you. I'm loving you now. You don't have to do that. The only thing that I did in my death was to prove that you were so evil and I was so good. You're so evil that you would beat up and kill a good man, and I was actually God, and I still am God, and you didn't get it. That's how evil you were. And Jesus comes 2,000 years ago to say, I'm a good man, and your theology beats me up and kills me. And so historic Christianity really has to be called into question for many reasons, but for this reason it certainly does, and for all the reasons that it killed all those who actually asked these tough questions. They would simply censor them by taking their heads off. They called the taking of the heads off of people called heretics, they called that mercy. The ones who did not receive mercy, they didn't get their heads taken off. They would simply burn those people. So if you had a theological question, historical Christianity simply would take your head off or burn you at the stake. I don't applaud things like that. I don't applaud their theology. I don't applaud their methods. I don't applaud their practices. I don't applaud their mindset. Their philosophy is evil because good men have not stood up. Good women have not stood up and done something. It's going to take people standing up and saying, I'm going to be good today. I'm not waiting for another tomorrow. I'm not going to allow historical Christianity, which is basically historical Judaism, which is actually historical paganism. I'm not going to allow the sacrifices and all of these kinds of isms to continue. I want to be good, and I want to stand up and proclaim what God has actually said, because I have proof. It's not just a hypothetical story that really I don't want to be questioned about. This is why it makes me ill inside when I'm called a pastor. Please don't call me that. That's an insult. You can call me all kinds of names, but pastor is below the belt. Because pastors stand for people who teach things that are not logical, they're not rational, they're not good, they're not even moral, and they're certainly not sane. The reason that we have these canons has to do with pastors. I'm not insulting those people. They've insulted themselves.
The theology of the Old Testament portrays a God completely unlike Jesus Christ, and it proved completely useless when it came to recognizing Him while He was on this earth.